Hey everyone, Marcel here. Y'all, welcome back to my kitchen. Tonight, I'm doing a little late night holiday baking, and I wanted to bring you guys on into the kitchen so I could show you how to make these delicious, rich, chocolatey Mississippi Mud Cookies. You might be more familiar with its sister cake, the Mississippi Mud Cake. That is a cake that's a chocolate cake that's topped with melted marshmallows and toasted pecans and a chocolate glaze. Really rich and delicious. These Mississippi Mud Cookies follow along in the spirit of that. They are rich, chocolatey cookie that have some toasted pecans mixed into the batter. They're topped with melted marshmallows, and they are just scrumptious, you guys. So, my chocolate lovers, I know you're gonna love this one. So let's go ahead and jump into this, guys. I'm gonna show you what I've got set out here to make these cookies, and then we're gonna jump right into making a batch. Alrighty, guys, so here is what we're using for our delicious Mississippi Mud Cookies this evening. In this large bowl here, I have a 1.5 cups of all-purpose flour, and to that, we're gonna be adding a teaspoon of baking powder. Okay, I also have 2 large eggs out here, guys. Let's talk about the chocolate, okay? So in a heat-proof bowl here, I have 1 cup of some good quality semi-sweet chocolate chips, okay? We're gonna melt these down. And then over here, I have another 1/2 cup of chocolate chips, and you can do more semi-sweet or you can do milk chocolate here. These we are going to fold into the batter, okay? So you're gonna need 2 separate bowls filled with chocolate chips, and they're both gonna do some different work here. All right, I have 1 cup of sugar here, 1 stick of salted butter that's room temperature. We're gonna need 1.5 teaspoons of vanilla extract. I have 1 cup of toasted pecan pieces here. Normally I would just take a cup of pecans and just kind of coarsely chop them up with my knife, but these are the cookie pieces from the store, just a little bag you can buy. And I toasted them very lightly in a dry skillet. Toasting the nuts really does bring out some flavor in them, so I do recommend it, but you could skip it if you just don't feel like doing it. All right, and then here I have a cup of mini marshmallows. We are going to be finishing the cookies with these. All right, so that's it, guys. So first things first, I'm going to microwave these chocolate chips for a couple of minutes. I'm going to watch them real close and see if we can get them to melt down nice and smooth. Otherwise, I'm going to put in just a little teaspoon or a 1/2 teaspoon of shortening just to kind of get them to smooth out. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. Let's zap them and see what we can do. Okay, guys, so after 1.5 minutes of melting in the microwave, we have beautifully melted chocolate. I did not have to add shortening this time. These are the Ghirardelli semi-sweet chocolate chips, and they melted perfectly. I did 3 30-second segments for 1.5 minutes total melt time in the microwave, and I checked it 30 seconds at a time. Okay, I stirred it every 30 seconds. All right, let's get started on the rest of the recipe. Okay, guys, so now we're gonna cream the butter and the sugar together. Normally, I would use my mixers for this, but today I'm just gonna kind of whip this with a wooden spoon and, try to get a little air in here this way. And then we're gonna add our sugar and just kind of move it all around until it's looking somewhat incorporated before we add the eggs. Okay guys, so the butter has completely absorbed the sugar. So what I'm gonna do now is kind of clean up my wooden spoon, and we're gonna add in the eggs, okay? So in the interest of not dirtying up any more dishes, I'm just going to kind of move some things aside here, add them to the bowl. The reason I'm not using my mixer is because I'm the only one awake right now. So I don't want to, you know, wake the fam while I'm in here, you know, banging around with the mixer. So, all right, we're gonna add these eggs in one at a time. Okay guys, now that our butter, sugar, and eggs are beautifully, you know, fluffy here, I'm gonna go ahead and stir in our vanilla extract, a teaspoon and a half. Okay, y'all, so now I have this vanilla scented egg mixture here. It smells so good, you guys. I just love vanilla extract, as well as our warm melted chocolate in this separate small bowl. And now I have to temper the egg mixture, the chilled egg mixture, with a small portion of the hot melted chocolate so we don't end up with scrambled eggs when we add the hot chocolate into this other bowl. And how that's done is we're going to take a heaping tablespoon of the warm chocolate mixture and whip it very, very quickly into the chilled egg mixture so we can even out the temperature between the two bowls and avoid cooking those eggs. So I'm just going to go ahead and take a big scoop of this warm chocolate, and then I'm going to use the silicone spatula that I have here close by to just very rapidly whip this hot chocolate into the eggs. Of course, you can use a handheld mixer for this. You can use a whisk for this. If you have a stand mixer going, of course, that works too, but it's not necessarily what you use to do this. It's how, once you get that hot mixture into the egg mixture, you need to whip it rapidly to avoid cooking those eggs. All right, I think we're good to go. So now I'm going to add the rest of this chocolate mixture into this portion. Okay, so our chocolate portion of the batter is done. It's looking fantastic. So now we've got to get the flour mixture incorporated into the chocolate mixture. And again, this is 1.5 cups of all-purpose flour, and that now has a teaspoon of baking powder in it. And I'm just going to go in 1/2 at a time and get it all mixed up. I've switched back from a silicone spatula to my wooden spoon, and this is just going to take a couple of minutes, guys. Okay, y'all, so here's the end product. It's our delicious Mississippi Mud cookie batter. And then here I have a rimmed baking sheet that I'm gonna put the cookies on. I also have my cookie scoop, okay? So this is gonna be a little bit of a hands-on baking process because at 8 minutes, okay, after these bake for 8 minutes, we're gonna take them out and press some marshmallows into the top. So we're gonna have to stick around the kitchen while these do their thing. But all right, guys, I'm gonna get this baking sheet filled up, and I think I've mentioned it earlier, but the oven is preheated to 350 degrees. And like I said, these are gonna bake for 8 minutes, and then we're gonna take them back out, put the marshmallows on top, and then put them back in. But all right, I'll show you what we're doing here in a minute. Okay, guys, so we are at the 8-minute mark with this first batch of cookies, and you can see they're still shiny and soft in the middle. And so what we're gonna do now is very, very carefully, we're gonna take our mini marshmallows and put 3 on each cookie. And I'm gonna have to work a little bit fast, and then we're gonna put these cookies back in the oven for another 4 minutes of bake time to finish up. And these turn out so pretty and so addictively delicious, you guys. All right, so I'm gonna keep going, and then these are gonna go back in the oven, like I said, for 4 minutes, and then I'll show you the end product here very shortly. Okay, guys, so we're straight out of that 4 minutes of bake time, and you can see that the marshmallows are really, you know, swelled up right now, but they're going to cool off, and they're going to be these perfect little toasty pools of melted marshmallow on top of these chocolatey cookies. These are so good, you guys. I can't wait for them to cool off. Alrighty, guys, as always, thank you so much for tuning in here and joining me on my little late night baking adventure here. I do hope you give this delicious chocolatey cookie a try. I hope you come back and tell me about how you liked these Mississippi Mud cookies, and you could even tag me on Instagram or Pinterest and send me a picture. So, all right, guys, take it easy out there. I hope everybody's ready for Christmas because I am not. All right, take it easy, guys. Thanks for watching. I'll see you again in another brand new video.